Hey guys, this weekend we have some banners that I frankly think are not very good. So instead of just saying, hey, should you summon? Hell nah. I'm gonna try to talk a little bit about some heroes coming in the future, such as this hero right here, as well as a couple others. And I kind of want to talk about why saving is very important, especially right now. So even if you're tempted to pull on these, even the 1+1, or you're just kind of wondering what are we waiting for, maybe I could give you guys some insight into that question. Well, let's just get right into it. Like the video, subscribe. I kind of don't say that anymore. I probably should because my subscribers are not going up. But either way, let's get right into it. So first of all, 2x banners, especially when I think there is a new limited next month, which I will get to shortly. This is such a bad banner to pull on. Even if you're early on, I still wouldn't pull on this. I would try to save a couple summons. And, you know, if you're desperate, do whatever. I'm just giving advice. You can do whatever you want. It's just a game. But I think 2x banners are just not worth pulling on, really ever, past the first month of the game. Moving on, we also have 4 heroes on banners this weekend. Starting off with the special divine summoning, you should never pull on this. Edith is good in one area of the game, and she's no longer good in that one area of the game. Edith, for those of you who don't know, basically is a tank that knocks back. Basically, she used to be the best hero for knockback in Gear Dungeon 2. In the new Gear Dungeon 2, you don't use anyone for knockback at all anymore, so there is no reason to get her anymore. She's essentially useless past Gear Dungeon 10. Gear Dungeon 2 Stage 10. Now, the other hero is Comet, who is probably the most power crept unit in the game. Back when there was barely any AoE units in this game, Comet was goated. He was the best AoE mage in the game. Now, he's not good enough. He doesn't do enough damage, his ultimate is too expensive, and he's just simply not good enough, right? I'd much rather use a Valise for literally everything in the entire game. Valise, goated, Comet, not. Never, ever, ever pull for Comet. All right. The other banner is a little bit better, but I still wouldn't advise summoning on it. First of all, we got Ryzon. When I said he was good in only really Abyss, back when I made a video on him for test server, I really meant it, right? I think Ryzon I was completely fair and completely right about. He is basically an Abyss unit or an early game DPS. When basically every DPS is good, Ryzon will be very good, right? He's great at Guild Boss. Even Guild Boss 1, you can make it work outside of Abyss, like if you're earlier on in the game. But he's mostly an Abyss unit if you don't have every single meta unit for the meta team. If you have the meta team, Ryzon will never get used for you at all. Otherwise, like I said, pure Abyss unit. I don't think he's good anywhere outside of that unless you're super early. Just to reiterate. So that's one specific niche use. The other one is Eris. Eris is better than Ryzon in my opinion. I actually really like Eris. The problem is Eris doesn't really have a lot of places in the game because he doesn't do enough damage to compare to a lot of other AoE DPS. So really his main use is for his range. His range is very long, especially at A1. If you have him at A1, he is the single best top line DPS in Gear Dungeon 1 because he's an Esotericist, can reduce his rage, and he can hit every unit at the top in his ultimate. He's very fun and very good here. Apart from that, he just does some pretty good AoE damage, so I don't think he's really good enough to pull for. He's just one of those heroes where if you pull him off banner, you're not too upset, right? And that brings me to the main focus, also 1+1, only pull on these if you're above 100 in Topity and you need more quantity over quality. Anyways, the main things that I think we're saving for are 2 specific things. Number 1 is going to be Guan Yu. I am very sure, very certain that Guan Yu, which is the guy on the horse, is going to be the next limited. First of all, he's an Asian folklore character, and he's also a tactician. Look, he looks sick, he's on a horse, and what is coming up? Well, we have Chinese New Year next month. So, what does that mean? Well, I think Guan Yu is going to be a limited hero coming next month, right? Guan Yu looks like he's a physical DPS, and if he's a limited character and a mythology character, he's gonna be freaking good. I mean, we got Wukong, we got freaking Neja. You know, these are some of the most amazing heroes in the entire game. So what do I think he'll do? This is just a theory. There's nothing actually backing this up. But I think he'll be pretty good at AoE damage, specifically physical damage, I think is the main area. These gacha games, every gacha game, they show you a problem, they bring in a problem, and then they sell you the solution. What would be the smartest thing to use the next limited for? Well, physical matrix, right? So I think it'll be pretty good here, most likely. I mean, people are hitting 200k, Cobalt and Bubbly, shout out both of them, guildmates of mine. I'm getting about 6k off or so, because I'm getting like 115k magic and then 79 physical. Because the physical, you need everything A5 or you die. You just die. You can't do anything, right? So I do think that they do need to add some heroes for the physical side of Matrix, because currently it is not even vaguely possible at all, right? Because of the physical side. The physical side is too hard. So it makes sense to sell someone for this. Now, the other reason why I think he is the next limited, instead of, if we go over here, instead of the painter, the paintress, is because, well, I can say that on the 31st, I will have videos on the paintress and the painter. I don't know how they work. I have not used them yet. As soon as I'm done publishing this video, I'm going to start recording the videos for them so they can get looked over, and the date for release is the 31st. So what this means is that they will not be out for Valentine's Day, most likely, which means I don't really think that they're going to be limited, right? And Chinese New Year is next month. So that's kind of my thinking there. Maybe they will be for Valentine's Day. I don't know. But basically, we know that these guys are coming soon, and we know that Guan Yu most likely will be soon-ish, right? Is my theory there. I could be wrong. This is all speculation. Either way, it's a bond unit. Obviously, these guys are going to sell well, so most likely they'll be good as well. Basically, what is my point here? Even though I don't actually have any real information on how these heroes work or when they're releasing, I don't really have concrete information. My point is, this banner is already kind of bad because these heroes are very niche. They have specific uses, but they're not really going to change your account very much, right? And I wouldn't even pull on these even if we didn't know there was stuff coming. But we do. So even if these guys aren't transformative, aren't amazing, the fact that we know they're coming out and they're in the future, and we know kind of the reputation of not only bond units these days, but also of limiteds and also Chinese mythology characters, or, you know, just mythology or history characters, or I don't really know what Guan Yu is, I'll be honest. I'm just going off of what my comments tell me. But everything we know about these guys shows that they will most likely be quite good. So why pull for average when you could wait for a potentially really good unit? I highly recommend saving, and that is the main thing I wanted to say. Anyways, yeah, that's kind of my whole yapping session out of the way. Let me know what you guys think. If you're saving, if you're pulling, if there's anything specific you're waiting for, let me know in the comments. Anyways, that's it for me. Thank you guys for watching. Destined signing out.